If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells have stopped. Manda da basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. This is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. I'm Davey Hell.
I'm Josie Hell.
And I want to take a moment to pat ourselves on the back. We've read a lot of the Bible so far.
Definitely more than most people.
Yeah, I was just looking through and I was like, look, we're like kinda, almost, sorta halfway.
Hey.
That's kind of cool.
Time has flown by.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Cool. So
how long have we been doing this?
I don't know.
When did we start?
More than a year now. Longer.
Has it really?
How much longer than that? Yeah, definitely more than a year.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't do it like on any kind of routine schedule, so it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, we do what we want.
Can't tell me what to do.
I have a question for you. You remember what happened last time?
I never remember what happened last time, dude.
I know, but I feel like this time I especially don't remember what happened last time. Like usually I can kind of piece it together, but I really don't know. I think Solomon just basically told everybody about God and said like a big long prayer. I think that's about it. Because I remember our title was a bit different. It was like How Kings Outsource to God. Because Solomon spent like the whole chapter telling everybody that how great God is.
Mm-hmm. Well, he like
he'll
told
take care of you.
Well, he started telling them, well, you just need to pray to God about all this. They're like, we need a water system. We need a
reliable food
we need a
source
healthcare
and clean
plan.
Water. Yeah, we need healthcare. God damn it.
He's like, why don't you pray to God?
Yeah. Okay. That'll do.
And governments have been doing it since.
Wasn't there something else that we were going to talk about? So last night we went to just a random concert. We just saw some bands with some cool names playing at a club that we sometimes go to. So we were like, all right, let's give it a shot. And it turned out to just be
emo night.
Yeah, it was emo night. It was like 3 very emo bands. They were fine. They were pretty good. I like the first band the best. The
Satan
guy.
band that was supposed to be there didn't show up.
Yeah,
so
there was a Satan hair metal band called Cinema with S-I-N, Sin. Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
that was gonna be cool, but
that would have been cool.
They dropped out.
That was unfortunate.
But I feel like we were talking, and I was like, oh, that'd be a good thing to talk about on podcast tomorrow.
Talking about switching the whole concept of the Bible and the way society is set up.
Feminism. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, so I was watching YouTube, as I do, total addict, and I came across a kind of a philosophy channel talking about the book Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir. I think that's how you say her name. And it being about how the patriarchy has instilled this culture that a woman is like an alternate kind of human, whereas man is the default, which is obviously bullshit. But I was thinking, oh man, that seems like it is very much influenced, if not caused, by Abrahamic religion and woman's origin story in this book. That was my thought. And I was like, I'll say that on the podcast. And now I have.
Yeah. I guess if we want to go further into what got us on this discussion was the track meet, how there's a Catholic school that's getting involved in our track meet, and it seems kind of weird.
Yeah, they're teaming up. They're getting to participate in the public school track meet circuit, I guess, which I don't know if they get to, take advantage of our tax dollars in order to do so in some way.
I mean, I don't.
But
I mean, I guess. Well, do they participate in our track meets? So each school has to pay a base fee and a fee per athlete to whoever's hosting. So, like, I don't know if they return the payment and also participate, although it is bullshit because at their track meet, all of the boys can participate, but only the varsity girls can participate.
That's bullshit.
It's making me real angry.
Yeah.
I'm getting real triggered by a lot of misogyny in the athletic system over the past couple of years. Worse than what I experienced in the late 80s, early 2000s, which is shocking.
Late 80s, early 2000s.
I mean, late 90s,
Okay,
early 2000s.
Yeah, that's it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it has to do with the fact that they are a Catholic school, or if it's just one administrator who's had a dumbass idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's obvious, it's obvious sexism. It's like, oh, well, we'll take out the lowest ranked people. That would be the girls.
Well, it's like, oh, we don't want to wait for, because there's, the majority of your JV girls, when you're doing like a 2 mile or a mile, or even when you're doing like 100 or whatever, there's always like, a handful of girls that are, well, and the boys too, on JV. Handful of kids at the end, of the race.
Get the pity clap in.
Yes,
across the finish
I've been
line.
there.
Yeah.
I've been there. Sucks. Don't
It's
do
fine.
it. Don't clap.
It's
just
fine.
let them come in. It's so embarrassing.
It's all
Just
right.
let them finish.
Yeah. But I mean, the standard should be the same. It shouldn't matter if they're going to just do varsity. Why would they just cut the varsity or the junior varsity girls?
I don't know. And that's what my
Somebody needs to
understanding.
say something.
I mean, that's what my understanding was from reading what their requirements are. And the vague information from getting from a 14-year-old, which always isn't reliable.
True. But
there were a lot of restrictions under the which girls can compete, and it was under the which boys can compete. Anybody in the Texas mile split. Okay. Cool.
Well, I don't like that.
I'm not going to say it.
It's okay. You can practice your anarchy.
I was going to start claiming. Oh, I was going to start
calling out names.
No, I was going to start claiming to do some violence, but I won't do that.
Well, if there's no episode like next week, it's because Jesse did some violence and Davey got arrested for putting anti-Elon Musk stickers on Tesla charging stations. All right. Chapter 11 of Kings. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them. Oh, wait, I'm going to start this over. Chapter 11. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites.
Strange women, huh?
What a coincidence.
Jesus fucking Christ.
On the anti-misogyny episode, we got King Solomon get women from all over the place. I'm sure consenting women,
right,
who are in deep love with him.
Absolutely. Every time.
Yeah. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
Ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely
They will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
I don't know if that's supposed to be in God's voice or not. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives.
Shut up.
Princesses.
I don't think those are wives at some point.
Well, he's not done, just. He had 700 princess wives and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. All right, Solomon.
Turned away his heart?
I don't know. That is a lot of wives and concubines. 1,000 women that this man has victimized. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians. All right, we're getting some cool, other gods.
Nice.
I want to hear what Ashtoreth does. He's got a cool horns or a scimitar. And an eagle for a head. All right, so Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. That's awesome. The abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. Well, we've heard about Molech before. I think Molech was who they were sacrificing kids to. He wanted baby sacrifices.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm remembering right. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon,
Forasmuch as this is done of thee, and thou hast kept my covenant and my statutes which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of hand of thy son. Howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son, for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
So is he pissed at him?
Yeah, he's pissed. God's pissed that he took so many wives. Well, not that he took so many wives. He doesn't give a shit about the women. He's mad that Solomon is building statues to his wives' gods. And he says he's going to rend away the kingdom, but he does his normal thing where he's like, I'm not going to do it in your lifetime. I'm going to take them away during your son's lifetime. He's just going to have one tribe. That's what it sounds like.
That's weird.
I think they're about to be taken over. I don't know. I may be reading too much into that, but it sounded like he said...
Oh, it definitely said
it'll be during your son's rule that the kingdom shall be rend away. But he sure does, he's saying David was his bestie, but David...
They weren't... He does this every time.
Yeah, David pissed him off too.
Yeah. He does this to every kid. He's always like, oh, your father was the best, and I'm only going to forgive you because of your father.
This is like classic God gaslighting.
Uh-huh.
Godlighting. There's the title. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in the Edom. So is his son. He's one of... his bastards, it seems like. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child. And they arose out of Midian, and came to Paran, and they took men with them out of Paran, and they came to Egypt unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, which gave him a house, and appointed him victuals, and gave him land. And Hadad found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh, so that he gave him to wife the sister of his own wife, the sister of Tahpenes the queen. And the sister of Tahpenes bare sounds a little bit too close to penis. And the sister of Tahpenes bare him Ganubath his son, whom Tahpenes weaned in Pharaoh's house. And Ganubath was in Pharaoh's household among the sons of Pharaoh. All right, so is this guy his son or what?
I don't know.
All right, well, he's mixing it up in Egypt with Tahpenes. And when Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers, and that Joab the captain of the host was dead, Hadad sent to Pharaoh, "Let me depart
Wait,
that
does
I
he have
may..."
a son named David?
No.
Oh, did you just say his son David? Or did I way mishear that?
Well, it says, when Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers, that Joab the captain of the host was dead.
What? What did you just read?
I mean, I'm reading the words.
What did that mean?
Okay, so who's Hadad again?
I don't know.
Hadad.
Why are they talking about David? Are they talking about David, or is this a new David?
Is this a flashback?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, we're going to backtrack just a little bit. Okay. When David was in Edom, and Joab, who was his military captain, of the host, had gone up to bury the slain after he had smitten every male in Edom. Okay, so David and Joab.
This is a flashback.
This is flashback for sure. So they went up, they killed everybody. Hadad fled as a little boy to Egypt, and the Pharaoh liked him and gave him a house and victuals, and he found great favor with Pharaoh, and he got to marry the sister's wife, or the Pharaoh's wife, Tahpenes. And all right, and that caught us up to where we were.
Okay.
All right, so Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers. So, I mean, David's camping out there. They're not doing it.
You're right.
And that Joab was dead. Oh, does it mean he's dead? He says David slept with his fathers? Yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
Okay. We got there, everybody. We got there.
It's Saturday morning.
Well, there's no inflection in here. It's just like David slept with his fathers. Like, I need it to be like, quote unquote, slept with his fathers. All right. Or gave up the ghost. Go back to using that.
Back to gave up the ghost.
All right. So David's dead. Joab's dead. Everything's cool. Hadad can now return to Edom. He says, "Let me depart, that I may go to mine own country." Then Pharaoh said unto him, "But what hast thou lacked with me, that, behold, thou seekest to go to thine own country?" And he answered, "Nothing. Howbeit, let me go in my anyways." And God stirred him up another adversary, Rezon, the son of Eliadah, which fled from his lord Hadadezer, king of Zobah. And he gathered men unto him, and became captain over a band, when David slew them of Zobah. And they went to Damascus, and dwelt therein, and reigned in Damascus. And he was an adversary to Israel all the days of Solomon, beside the mischief that Hadad did. And he abhorred Israel, and reigned over Syria. All right, so we're just getting like the backstories of the villains here. We got Hadad, the dude in Egypt, and now we have a new one, Rezon, and they're both pissed at Israel because of what David did. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephrathite of Zerida, Solomon's servant, whose mother's name was Zeruah, a widow woman, even he lifted up his hand against the king.
Trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, it says his servant whose mother was a widow woman. I'm just trying to figure out how this is related to Solomon, like why he hates
Yeah,
Solomon.
no idea.
Probably Solomon killed it. The reason she's a widow is Solomon killed her husband and took her to wife. That's my guess. And this was the cause that he lifted up his hand against the king. Oh, we should have just read the next sentence. Solomon built Millo and repaired the breaches of the city of David his father. And the man Jeroboam, was a mighty man of valor. And Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. And it came to pass at that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah and Shilonite found him in the way. And they had clad himself with a new garment, and they were two alone in the field. And Ahijah
Sounds spicy.
and Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him, and rent it in 12 pieces.
See?
So he just came up on him and just ripped up his new clothes. And he said to Jeroboam, Take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, Behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have 1 tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, because that they have forsaken me, and have worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Chemosh, the god of Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, that they have not walked in my ways, and do that which is right in my eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince all the days of his life, for David my servant's sake, whom I chose, because he kept my commandments and his statutes. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand, and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes. And unto his son I will give 1 tribe, that David my servant may have light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there. And I will take thee, and thou shalt reign according to all that thy soul desireth, and shalt be king over Israel. I'm guessing this should be in God's voice, but I'm not rereading it. And it shall be that thou wilt hearken unto all that I command thee, and wilt walk in my ways, and do that is right in my sight, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as David my servant did. And I will be with thee, and build thee a sure house as I built for David, and will give Israel unto thee. And I will for this effect the seed of David, but not forever. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt, unto Shishak, king of Egypt, and was in Egypt until the death of Solomon. All right, Jeroboam. And the rest of the acts of Solomon, and all that he did, and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of Acts of Solomon? And the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. And Solomon slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David his father.
What?
And Rehoboam his son reigned in his stead. Whoa.
He's already dead?
Dead. We're done with Solomon.
We're sleeping with fathers now. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're
Instead of
sleeping with
giving up the
fathers.
ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
That may need to be the title to us.
And it's sleeping with fathers. I liked God. What was it? What is it?
Godlighting.
Godlighting. Yeah, I mean, nobody will know what that means. That'll be weird. Maybe we'll do sleeping with fathers. Who knows? If you're listening to this, you probably already know. All right, so it said...
How could he just be dead already?
Well, it said everything he did in his rule was written in the book of Acts, and I know that's a book in the Bible. So I'm very quickly trying to find it. I'm flipping, guys. I'm going to flip through the Bible, and we'll see if we'll get a reprise of Solomon later. But I thought...
Why don't they just say right now what he did?
Here's Acts.
Maybe we get a brief retelling.
But it's in the New Testament. So this will be Jesus times. Yeah,
Nice.
this is Jesus times.
Nice.
There's no Solomon in here. It must be a different book. Be a different Acts. I don't know.
They got cut.
Oh, maybe not, because here's Moses.
Oh,
They mentioned
jeez.
Moses. Here's Solomon.
No way.
Yeah, they were. Looks like a summary. This is the Cliff Notes.
Oh, we should have started there.
For sure, we definitely should have started there. But how did... No, there's definitely a different book of Acts out there. It's not referring to that one, because that's like way in the future. I'm really showing my Bible dumb here. Maybe it's in Chronicles.
You're not getting corrected by me, so...
Or maybe they just don't really.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, I think this is all bullshit.
Like, yeah, look for the rest of the story here. Or,
I mean, we don't really need to know what he did.
I
He
don't
probably killed a
care.
bunch of people, took
That's
all
what
their
it seems
wives, did that for the rest of his life.
because, I mean, really, how do you get that many wives? There's really only one way.
Yeah, violence.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 12. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, and oh no, we got Rehoboam and Jeroboam.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna be confusing. All right, well, Jeroboam, he's in Egypt, for he had fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt. That they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, who is the king, reminder, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
Gross.
And he's, what?
I don't know. That was just gross.
Not egg yolk, like the yolk that you put on oxen.
I don't like it. I don't like that word.
Yoke. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father when he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men. He's like, fuck that. I'm not going to be nice to them. The old men were just like, just be, chill, dude. Just be cool, bro. But he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men who were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
It's gonna be bad.
What do the young men say? And he said unto them, What counsel give ye, that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thou shalt say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than the father's loins. My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. You got that?
You got that.
Does that make sense to you?
100%.
Okay, let's break it down. What does that mean?
I don't know. What are they?
My little finger shall be... Is he referring to, like...
We got Doge here giving out some great advice.
these the Doge interns. Is that what the voice I'm doing? And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. Oh, this is what... Okay.
What are they talking about?
They're saying, like, he gives them, like... He was a hard master. Like, he gave them a lot of work. Like, they're basically his slaves. And they're saying... Or his... I don't know, basically slaves. They're a conquered country, and they're like, yo, go easier on us now that your dad's died. Don't be such a dickhead.
Okay.
And the old people were like, yeah, dude, be nice. And the young people are like, fuck them up more. Be even meaner.
And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Jeez.
Total edgelord.
Yeah.
So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam on the 3rd day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the 3rd day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Oh my gosh.
Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake to Ahijah the Shilonite, unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. O your tents, O Israel! Now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents. They were like, oh man, we learned our lesson before. This guy seems like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
We're not following him. We don't have any allegiance to David.
Smart.
Oh, fuck off.
Rehoboam. But as for the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, and to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam the son of Solomon. But the word of God came unto Shemaiah the man of God, saying,
Speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore
to the word of the God. Wait. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord, and returned to depart, according to the word of the Lord. Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence, and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of his people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah, and they shall kill me, and go again to Rehoboam the king of Judah. All right. Whereupon the king took counsel, and made 2 calves of gold. That's not allowed. And said unto them, Is it too much for you to go up to Jerusalem? Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. And this thing became a sin for the people who went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. And he made a house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi. Oh, man, he's doing all kinds of bad stuff. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah, and he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar, and burned incense. He basically had a birthday party. He's like August 15th. It's my birthday. Whoa, what a chapter. Crazy stuff. Crazy.
A lot happened here.
Yeah.
We didn't even get Solomon's mines.
Yeah, what happened to the mines? I have to read that book.
Maybe that's told in the Acts or whatever.
Well, maybe they're just not mines yet. I mean, we got his temple. Remember he built his big old golden temple?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about that.
That's probably that's probably what's down in the mines. It's probably going to get buried under a mountain by God for being a bad boy.
Yeah, he wasn't. We thought he was going to be good, and he ended up not being very good.
No, he just had the one cool story about chopping a baby.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's my guess is what's going to happen. I think God's going to like completely destroy like lots of stuff with like earthquakes or something.
Oh, for sure.
He's not going to let this pass, this birthday party with the 2 golden calves.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had an angry God moment, so
Yeah.
where he just destroyed everything.
Yeah.
It's really about time.
Well, oh my God, another long chapter. It's going to be a long one. But I feel like we got to get 3 chapters in.
Yeah, I can go some more.
Oh, can you? As you sit there playing your iPhone games.
Look, it's hard.
Zoning in and out. I know what happens over there. I'm reading the Bible.
It's not easy in this chair either.
Chapter 13. And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of the Lord unto Bethel, and Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. And he cried against the altar in the word of the Lord, and said, O altar, thus saith the Lord, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn incense upon thee, and men's bones shall be burnt upon thee. And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is the sign which the Lord hath spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out. Dang.
Calm down.
He's like, who's gonna burn human bones? I like this guy. I like this crazy oracle that just rambles up.
Do we like him? I don't know.
And it came to pass when King Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of God which had cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him. And his hand which he put forth against him dried up, so that he could not pull it in again to him. He just put his hand in the fire on accident. He probably got a grease burn. He's like doing all these sacrifices. The altar also was rent. What?
It just occurred to me what you said.
Yeah, pay attention.
Well, I was thinking, like, why would he have a grease burn?
Well, yeah, they're killing. That's what these altars are. They're just killing animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, he thrust his hand out and said, Get him! But put his hand right in the fire, and it all shriveled up. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like God doing it, but I think
God doing it to the old man?
I think that's what the Bible wants us to think. No,
like
not to the old man, to Jeroboam, the king.
Oh, okay.
You're so lost. So Jeroboam...
No, he's the one that threw his hand in the fire?
Yeah, he said,
okay.
The guy who was over here saying, like, this is an abomination.
Right. I got that.
He's like, get him! And when he, like, points, he, like, his hand shrivels up. So I'm guessing he just threw it into the fire.
Oh, okay.
The altar also was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of the Lord. Okay, so now I'm imagining him like being like, ouch, 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 and hopping around and then like bumping the altar and the whole thing falls over. And the king answered and said unto the man of God, Entreat now the face of the Lord thy God, and pray for me that my hand may be restored me again. And the man of God besought the Lord, and the king's hand was restored him again, and became as it was before. And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me, and refresh thyself, and I will give thee a reward. And the man of God said unto the king, If thou wilt give me half thine house, I will not go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water in this place. For so was it charged me by the word of the Lord, saying,
Eat no bread, nor drink water, nor turn again by the same way that thou camest.
So he went another way, and returned not by the way that he came to Bethel. Now there dwelt an and touch your toes and spin around 3 times in a circle. It's just like, why would he like?
He gets like 5 miles away and takes a little bite of bread, and it's all over.
And why does he tell him not to go the way he came?
I don't know.
I guess.
Well, that seems like the most important part, right?
I mean, I'm guessing it's like he did that so that they couldn't follow him and kill him, right?
I don't know.
It's like, don't stay and eat and drink with the king. Get the fuck out of there and make sure you're not followed. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Now there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works of the man of God had done that day in Bethel, the words which he had spoken unto the king. And they told also to their father. And their father said unto them, What way went he? For his sons had seen what way the man of God went, which came from Judah. And he said unto his sons, Saddle me the ass. So they saddled him the ass, and he rode thereon, and went after the man of God, and found him sitting under an oak. And I guess he didn't do a good job not being followed. And he said unto him, Art thou the man of God that camest from Judah? And he said, I am. And he said unto him, Come home with me and eat bread.
Oh,
Isn't that
no,
exactly what you
no.
said would happen? So he's going to take a nibble of bread and get in trouble.
Yep.
And he said, I may not return with thee, nor go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with thee in this place. For it was said to me by the word of the Lord, Thou shalt eat no bread nor drink water there, nor turn again and go by the way that thou camest.
Can I make a guess?
Yeah.
He's going to go, oh, no, it's fine. And he's going to go, okay. And he's going to go do it.
All right. We'll see if you're right. He said unto him, I am a prophet also, as thou art. And an angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, Bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. This is more godlighting. So he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drank water. Oh, you called it. And it came to pass as they sat at the table, that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Forasmuch as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and hast not kept the commandment which the Lord thy God commanded thee, but camest back, and hast eaten bread and drunk water in the place of which the Lord did say to thee, Eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of thy fathers. This is like...
And again, I'm confused.
This is a master class in godlighting. He caught up with the guy, told him, like, a lie.
Yeah,
told
right.
him, like, oh, an angel visited me and said, no, it's okay, you can come eat bread. And so he did. And then once he did it, he's like, you fucked up. You did against God. You're going to die now.
So now God came onto the liar guy.
The liar
and
guy.
now he's confessing all. Okay.
And it came to pass after he had eaten bread, and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass, to wit, for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass. Okay, got eaten by a lion. Okay. Nice.
Random.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. It's a lot happening in this chapter.
That's a lot.
It's a busy episode.
It's hard
It's
to
like
keep up with all
we got
this.
like one prayer last episode, and then this episode's like people dying all over the place, power changing hands. It's wild. And behold, men passed by and saw the carcass cast in the way, and the lion standing by the carcass. And they came and told it in the city where the old prophet dwelt.
It's just a lion standing over there.
The lion and the donkey standing over a dead man. Back on 6th Street. And when the prophet that brought him back from the way heard thereof, he said, It is the man of God, who was disobedient unto the word of the Lord. Therefore the Lord hath delivered him unto the lion, which hath torn him and slain him, according to the word of the Lord which he spake unto him.
He's not going to take any responsibility for this.
No, not at all.
It's that guy that didn't listen to what the Lord told him to do.
Yeah. I always think it's funny when you, like, I'm trying to get to the end of the sentence, like, so that you can comment, but there's like 500 words, like, that have, like, nothing to do with anything, that I gotta get to that period. Like,
If I wait till you get to the period, 10 more things are going to happen.
that which he said unto him that he said in the... Yeah. And he spake to his sons, saying, Saddle me the ass. And they saddled him. This is like, it's like, to the Batmobile. Saddle me the ass. And he went and found his carcass cast in the way, and the ass and the lion standing by the carcass. The lion had not eaten the carcass, nor torn the ass. And the prophet took up the carcass of the man of God, and laid it upon the ass, and brought it back. And the old prophet came to the city to mourn and bury him. And he laid his carcass in his own grave, and they mourned over him, saying, Alas, my brother! And it came to pass, after he had buried him, that he spake to his sons, saying, When I am dead, then bury me in the sepulchre wherein the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. Okay, so he's definitely feeling some guilt over for his part in this.
For sure.
For the saying which he cried by the word of the Lord against the altar of Bethel, and against all the houses of the high places which are in the cities of Samaria, shall surely come to pass. After this thing Jeroboam returned not from his evil way, but made again of the lowest of the people priests of the high places. Whosoever would, he consecrated him, and he became one of the priests of the high places. He's just like, I love that the Bible's just like being openly classist and being like, he's making peasants, he's giving peasants power. That's bad. And this thing became sin unto the house of Jeroboam, even to cut it off and to destroy it off the face of the earth. The end. All right. So we got a new king. Solomon's sleeping with his fathers. Jeroboam and Rehoboam are fighting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeroboam made some altars. Some prophets died. We're good to go for next chapter.
Okay, so the guy who got killed by the lion, he was the prophet, right?
He was the prophet that said, "You're fucking up. Like,
Okay.
this is a blasphemy." And yeah, I like to
All
do
right.
a little recap here for next time, so I can just listen to the last bit of this episode and remember what happened.
Yeah, right. It's for us.
All right. So fight sexism, fight misogyny, stay dumb.
Stay dumb.
Bye.